Welcome back to another episode of Amateur Pool. I'm Josh Powell, and today we've got our fourth video for the Crescent Lake Inn Bar Box Tournament Series. This is going to be the quarterfinals and the semifinals. That's Frank at the table. He just flipped the coin. That's Greg going to rack on the white. Yeah, man, let's get into this video. While Greg racks, let's take a look at the bracket here. So this is the winner's side bracket. We went all through all these matches already, and here we are. Last match we saw Greg and Randy play. Greg beat Randy, and then I played Randy, and Randy beat me, put me out of the tournament, and now we got Frank and Greg playing for the chair, they call it, the king seat. So the winner of this match is the winner of the winner's side bracket, and then the loser has to play the loser side one more time to try to come back and play in the finals. That's the way it works, guys. Double elimination. All right, let's get into this. We should be in for a good match here. Both these guys are real strong players. Frank's one of the best in the area, for sure. And Greg is right up there, too. So we're in for a pretty good match here. Let's see how it turns out here. Greg's at the table. Looks like he's going to shoot the 15 into the side, which he makes. Good shot. He rolled it a little far, though. He's got some tough action here. He may be able to cut the 10 into the side, and he may be able to squeeze that 14 past the 13. I think those are his two options. I don't think he can hit the 13 clean, but I could be wrong. You know, it's happened once before in my life. You know, once before. I'm not wrong. I was just kidding, bro. It's never happened. Never been wrong. Only like 10 times a day, at least. Anyway, he had a good shot there. Now he's lined up on the 10. He's got a little problem with this 11 ball, though, because you see the 6 ball blocks it. But if he gets the right angle up here on this 14 or whatever ball it is, he can actually send the cue ball over to bank the 6 out of there. So we have to see how he ends up playing this. So he went for the 13, came back, and now he's got the 10 or the 9. Honestly, I think his best bet is to bank that 11, and I would do it next shot. I would shoot the 9 up here into the corner, roll the cue ball forward to about here, and then I would play that Bankarooski. That's the official name, Bankarooski, you know, officially. All right, he's going a different route about it. All right, if he shoots this 14 from here with inside English, he may be able to come down and hit this. Or he also could probably just hit it light and leave his cue ball right here to shape the 11 for down table. He did neither one of those things. I don't like his choice there, but who am I to say? I'm out of the tournament. He's not. You know what I mean? I don't care for his choice there, but I'm not at the table, so it really doesn't matter what I care. You know? That's facts, Jack. That's facts, Jack. All right, now Greg has that shot that I was just talking about a minute ago. Make the 9 up here, leave the cue ball in here, and play the Bankarooski. Ooh, he's going to get locked up on the 3. It's close. I think he can hit the 11 all day. Okay, he just called it over here, so he's banking it over there. Let's see how this works out, man. This isn't easy. Oh, no, Greg. No. Rewind the tape. Watch that back, man. Greg started lifting his head up during his backstroke. He wasn't even coming through to hit the cue ball. He was lifting his head in his backstroke, so he was very uncomfortable with that shot. A lot of movement. And that's probably a big part of the reason he double kissed and missed that shot so bad. Betcha. But now Frank's at the table, and with an open layout like this, very, very small chance you get another shot here. With my man Frank at the table, Frankie Reyes, his actual name, and he'll probably love me telling everybody this, is Will Frank. Will Frank. Never heard it before in my life till I met him. That's his actual name, Will Frank Reyes. And Will Frank is not 2 separate words, bro. All one word. Will Frank. I don't know, bro. I don't know what kind of stuff his mom was taking when she had him, man. Will Frank. Get out of here. So we all call him Frank. We all call him Frank. Frank, you know I love you, bro. Just kidding. Just messing around with you, man. Just messing with you, bro. But that is his real name. At least on Facebook, that's what it says. I never checked his birth certificate or nothing, you know? Could, though. I'm going to ask him next time to give me a picture of his license so I can see if his actual name is Will Frank. Meanwhile, I was talking about his name, and he's talking about not taking names. He's kicking butt. I said butt, bro. You already know it's a family channel. I said butt. He's kicking butt and taking names, bro. So we got 1-0 Frank. 1-0 Frank. Did I not update the score here? Jeez, oh Pete, I did that on the last video too. Sorry guys, man, I thought I updated the score, but I guess I didn't. So it is actually 1-0, but it's only a race to 2, so not updating the score isn't that big of a deal. I know we're all degenerates here, but I think we can remember one game. You know what I'm saying? Remember it with me, guys, you know? And if you do remember it, hit the like button, man. It's only fair. It's only fair, man, that you hit the like button. You're watching the video, you're remembering the score, you might as well tappy tap, you know? A little tappy tap on the like button. All right, sorry guys, that was intrusive. You know, stuck my finger right in your face. I apologize. You got a face full of finger full of face. I don't know how you say that, right? All right, the table was open, so that was a legal shot. He played a solid into the stripe, so he is now stripes, and he bucked up that 15. I know he didn't want to do that. You can tell by his reaction where he went, bah! You know? Rewind the tape, watch it back, you'll see. That's exactly what he did. Bah! I don't know why he did it. Greg's a weird dude, man. He does a lot of things. Just kidding, Greg. In case you guys haven't noticed, both these guys are my friends, man. So I like to give my friends a hard time when I commentate their match. It's just part of what I do, you know? And they all know it coming into the match. They know if I pull out the video, man, I'm going to give them a hard time. Oh, boy. Lemonade. I spiced up my water today, boys. Got some lemonade, you know. Still not a sponsor, but it is what it is. I got lemonade. It's actually Crystal Light that I just put into the water and shook it up. And it was magic, bro. It changed colors, changed flavors. It was crazy. I've never seen any wizardry like that in my whole life. Oh, no, Greg. That was no bueno, man. That's what the Spanish call you guessed it, El Horrible. That's El Horrible, bro. And yes, before you comment, I realize the Spanish don't actually say El Horrible. But I do. It is what it is, you know? El Horribles. All right. It's unlikely Frank gives him another shot here. We're about to see a 2-0, I think. Remember, Frank already has one. Good job. You remembered. I knew it, little Timmy. I knew you could remember it, bro. I knew you could do it. You did well. You did well, kid. All right, he's going to draw this back for either the 7 or the 2. He's coming all the way back. He could shoot the 7 first still. Shoot it here, though, and then shoot the 2 next. But I like saving the 7. I think he does, too, because he can use that to get on the 8 real easy. Like, you just got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose his cue ball and get stuck over here. He wants to put a little left spin to make sure he comes up this way. Oh, or inside. I guess if you put enough right and make sure you miss it like that. But I don't think he did. I think, you tell by the way he punched the table. That's universal sign for I didn't get where I wanted, you know. Universal when you punch the table or hit the table. It's a universal sign. Everybody knows it, bro. It means, oh, I messed up. That's exactly what it means, bro. You look it up, man. It's in the sign language handbook, as far as I know. You know, I may or may not be telling the truth about that. You got to do your own research. You know, you got to fact check me. You know, because I'm not so sure if I would believe me or not. You know, if that's universal sign language for I messed up. Pretty sure that's what it means, guys. But you never know. Could be wrong. All right, what's he gonna do? I don't think he can do much here, man. He'd be lucky to hit it. He's got to use a lot of left spin maybe to try to hit it, or he's got to go 2 rails like this and then maybe hit it. But, man, this is tough either way. He could have went this way. I kind of like that. I kind of like going that way. Yeah. He could have also went this way. Could have also went that way. But, yeah, the way he went at it, man, was a tough way to hit it, man. All right, so he gave Greg ball in hand. Greg doesn't have the easiest out here in the world. He's got this little clutter. He's got to deal with that combo or something. And then he's got this one, which he's obviously dealing with his ball in hand. So I like him starting here, dealing with one of these right off the bat. I would draw back and go for this combo right away. I think that's what he's going to do as well. Because once you make that combo, the rest of the table's wide open, right? And he could actually make this combo with like a just a roll shot. The 9's going to hit, that 12's going to go this way, the 9's going to cut and then drift this way. And if he hits it with a roll shot, the cue ball will drift right up into here. And if he happens to miss, I think he'll have him hooked on the 7. He did roll it. Yeah, and he did roll it forward too. And see what I mean? I don't know if he got him completely hooked, but it's pretty close. But he made the shot anyway, so it really doesn't matter if he hooked him or not. You know what I mean? You already know what I'm talking about. You know already, little Timmy. You know already. All right, yeah, Greg, nothing to it but to do it now, my man. You did all the work. Now you got to do is make the shots. You know what I mean? You put in all the effort already. All you got to do is get out. Get out, Jack. All right, Gregory. Looks like he's going to cut that down into the corner. It's more of a straight shot, I guess, a little cut. Yeah, good shot. All right, now I take the 9 first and draw all the way back to the rail. It's important you draw back to the rail because you do not want to hook yourself on that 8 ball. Yeah, you could shoot the 15 first, man, but that's a tougher way to go, I feel like. I think the 9's pretty easy, honestly. Just make it in there, draw, come back to the rail. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. That's a good shot. That's the way I would play it anyway. Ooh, yeah, perfect. Look at that. That's nice. Nice. Now he can make this with top, come out into here, and take the shot in the corner. He could also roll it further, come up into here for the side. He could also play draw and come over here. There's a lot of different ways he could play this. If he gets enough, he could draw it over to here. Yeah, he just drew it over a little bit. He kind of got 50-yard line, though. Now, if he cuts it up there, he's got to be careful of that scratch. And if he cuts it in there, cue ball goes flying, and who knows what can happen. I think he's going side pocket. Oh, he missed it, Greg. Greg, you know you're not getting another opportunity playing Frank, my man. Will Frank, you know, Mr. Will Frank Reyes. I think he's related to Efren. I think it's like his 3rd or 4th cousin on his mama's brother's aunt's twice removed side. You know? Yeah, I don't know. That weird family tree over there. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it for Frank. Don't go nowhere, though. We got another match. Don't leave, bro. I see you getting ready to change the channel. Put the remote down. Put it down. We got the semifinals right now. Coming up. All right, so here's the loser side. There's the last match we saw was Randy beating me. And then Randy played John on the table. I didn't record. Now Randy plays Greg. Whoever wins this will meet Frank in the final. We'll meet Frank in the final. So that's Randy right there. That's Greg right there. They're about to do a coin flip. Greg flipped it once and it flung off the table. This gentleman tried flipping it for him. Greg said, I'm not having it. Flipped it himself. And Greg lost the flip. Should have let that guy flip it for you, Greg. You know, you probably would have won. I don't know. And you don't know. Nobody knows. It's like a mystery. All right. Now Greg gets the break. Randy's no joke either. This is going to be another good match. Both these guys play pretty well. Pretty well. All right. He made 2. Made a couple balls on that break, man. Good looking spread too. Right off the bat, I like stripes just because of this. But when you look at the table for a little bit longer, you realize this 9 might be in trouble. Unless you want to bank it, you know what I mean? So solids may be a better way to go. Because from the 2, you can make the 2 over. If you get your cue ball over in here somewhere, you can make the 2 and float up here, make the 3 in that pocket, and that solves this issue right here. So, yeah. Once you get this issue solved and you get this issue solved, you can then shoot that ball over there, you know what I mean? Just kidding, guys. Family channel, bro. Just kidding. Who taught me how to draw? I have no idea. I have no idea, man. Taught me how to draw that stuff. Jeez. All right, Greg's taking the solids. I don't blame him here, man. Just because that 9 ball is a pain in the butt. And honestly, I would not shoot this 1 until after I figured out this. He's not seeing it that way. He may already have a plan in place for these because he's going to go ahead and shoot the 1 now. See, if I would have shot the 2 here and brought the cue ball down here for that perfect angle to make the 2 and stun the cue ball up here for the 3, that's what I would have done. But that's just me. You know, gentlemen such as myself, I don't ever play it right, probably. Most of the time, definitely, never. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. You already know I don't know what I'm talking about, you know? Can't even believe you're watching this junk, this bull junk right here. Can't believe you're watching this fella on screen. All right, he got down there, but he got pretty straight. So now he's got to take a tougher cut on the 3 or shoot the 3 all the way up in the corner because he can't do a lot with the cue ball. He's going to make this shot, and his cue ball should just end up right in here, right where he's looking right now, roughly. All he's got to do is just kind of roll this shot in, and the cue ball bounces and comes right over into here. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I don't know, but we'll watch. We'll see how it happens. He's stunning? Yeah, why did you stun, man? Now he's got to shoot the 6 first. Luckily, I think it goes. This is still okay. He's still okay. Yeah. He shoots a 6. He could actually even stop shot it and leave the cue ball right here and then shoot the 3 up that way. Or could draw it back and shoot the 3 in the same corner. Can do it either way. Oof, he missed that one by a bit. It looks like he hesitated on his stroke. He pulled back a little bit, decelerated on his stroke, and that's the quickest way to miss a shot, you know? Second quickest way, I guess. First quickest way is to stand up. My opinion, anyway. I don't know. But I don't know much. I don't know much. But I know how to lose at pool. And that may be all I need to know. Sorry, guys. I don't know where that came from, man. I just broke out in song. I apologize for that. You know, I'll probably never sing again on my channel. Just kidding. You know I'm going to sing. I suck at it. My voice sounds like dying cats, and I'm tone deaf, but I don't care. I enjoy it. It brings joy to my life, you know? All right, Randy's going to make the 13, probably come around this way, I would imagine. Oh, I think he wanted to come around that way, but he ran into the 3, which he didn't necessarily want to do, I don't think, but it turned out great. Now he's got to be careful because he's going to run into this 12. So he's got to be careful what happened, or the 15. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You got to be careful. Now his only choice is the banky boo, which he already called. He's on it. Randy's usually pretty good at bank shots. I think he beat me in the last video on a bank shot. Not this time, though. Should have called it 2 rails, bro. Should have called it 2 rails. Not 1, but 2. You know, sometimes 1 isn't enough. Sometimes 1 just isn't enough. Let's hit a short rail commercial real quick. We'll be right back. Ever wish you could play like Efren Reyes? If you buy our new line of short rail merchandise, I can guarantee you'll play as good as Efren Reyes. I'm sorry, I was just informed I can't say that. I can guarantee you will not play as good as Efren Reyes. You'll still suck, but you'll look good doing it. Get you some. All right, we're back. We're back, Jack. That's my Efren Reyes short rail commercial. That's what I named it. Anyway, I don't know. I know it's corny, bro. I don't care. That's me. Have you been watching my channel? I am corny, bro. I built my whole social media platform on being corny. Bro, you don't got to tell me in the comments. I already know. It's a choice. It's a lifestyle choice. All right, Greg's going to take this first rack. Let's see if I fixed the score on this one. Hopefully I did because I'm sick of drawing it in like that. Don't see him missing this, but you never know. Things happen. No. Oh, look at there. Score updated. Bang. 1-0. It's a race to 2, so Greg is on the hill. This tournament is so much fun because it's a race to 2 on a bar box in a crowded area. Loud music, a lot of drunks. It's a good time, man. It's good because anybody can win 2 games, right? It's not always the best player that wins. So if you go there and there's some monsters that play there, man, if you go there and play, just because there's a few people that are better than you doesn't mean you're necessarily going to lose. It's a race to 2. You know, anything can happen. Plus, it's good for focus, man. Playing in a crowded environment like this where it's super loud and people don't give a F. I said AF, bro, family channel. People don't give a F about your concentration on your pool game. You know, they'll walk right by the table, walk up to the table. They don't care. They don't care. Now, this is the end of the tournament, so the bar has cleared out quite a bit, so it's not quite as crazy now towards the end of the tournament because a lot of people have already went home. This tournament is played on Monday, and it usually ends between midnight and 2 a.m., somewhere in there. So the end of it always empties the bar out towards the end of the tournament because no one stays out that late on a Monday. Well, some people do. They're called bums with no job. Just kidding. I stay out that late when I play this tournament. But I am a bum with no job. So imagine that. All right. Randy's stroking all right here. That was a pretty good stroke. Good follow through he just made on that shot. I think the 5 will go into the side. And if that's the case, he can, I don't know if he has too much angle to just roll the cue ball up forward to here. If so, he's going to try to come down here, I guess. It's going to be tough, though, if he has an angle. He did have an angle, and he bumped. Oh, no. That was a good shot because he had to run into the 10. He just hit a little hard. If it had stopped here, he'd have been golden. But it didn't. It rolled up and blocked his 7. He still got the 6 here, though. I don't know how much it helps him, though. You know, because the only place he can shoot that 6 is here. So he would have to shoot it there and hit draw to bring the cue ball this way and come back around here for like a bank shot on the 7. It's really the only way I see. I don't think he can, he went for the bank. Okay. Still would have got him the bank shot on the 7 though, but now he had to bank the 6 and the 7. I think he could have cut the 6 and just stunned or drew around that 11 ball. But what do I know? Again, I got knocked out. You know, I got knocked out. What movie is that from? You got knocked the F out. You guys already know what movie that's from. But you can comment it anyway, you know. Comment. If you guys want to chat with me or make a comment, I respond to them. You know, I read them all. I like them. I heart them. I respond to them, bro. You know. Started many of friendships that way. Many. At least 5. You know, I've picked up at least 5 new friends just by chatting. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm an idiot sometimes, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. And the other half the time, I just wing it. So, all right, Greg's trying to put this one to bed right here, man. And he's got a good opportunity to do so. Yeah, this is a run out for sure. Make the 10, draw the cue ball back a little to here. Make the 9, just get the cue ball up into here. He's out. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now he can just make the 9. He could roll it and just roll the cue ball up to here if he wants. Or he could stun follow. I mean, it's a few different. He could actual follow too if he wants. Yeah, he rolled it. Yeah, I thought rolling it would give him like the perfect distance to shoot that 13. So that was a good shot. Now, there's a couple ways he can use top with a little bit of right and come this way. Or he can just stun and come straight down. He used the right. He's trying to go around the 8, and he did too. Good shot. Good shot, Greg. Well, I think this is it, man. Randy's tournament life is now over with mine. You know, Randy and I are both out after this. Yep, there it is, man. That was Greg. Good shot, my man. Good shot. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Greg, Frank, who else? I don't know. Randy? Yeah, thanks for letting me record, guys. You guys are the best. If you want short rail merch, that link is in the description. You saw in the upper right-hand corner the Raven Q logo. You can get 10% off there with discount code Josh as well. That's pretty much it, guys. Perimeter Billiard Lights. I got a discount code for them, too. It's in the description. It's amateur pool, all uppercase. But I'm going to get out of here, man. I've talked long enough. You know, you don't want to hear me no more. Video's over, Jack. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.